Hey yogis, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on our dancer pose, Natarajasana. So we're going to be working on opening the quads, opening the shoulders and the arms, reaching for the foot with a fun and playful flow. This is part of a series, so if you did our yoga with your weights classes, muscles on your mat, we prepped for this class, but no worries, if you didn't do that class, then you don't need that at all. It's just a bit of fun and we're playing around with it today. But if you do want to check out the other class, it's on my app and on my YouTube channel. So today you will need a couple of blocks. I have cork yoga blocks, but foam blocks also work fine. Grab a strap. So I've just got a yoga strap, but if you have a resistance band, a dressing gown belt, all those will work perfectly fine. I suggest just putting a loop at the bottom so that we can loop our foot around it towards the end of the class. So really, other than that, you just need yourself and your yoga mat, a playful attitude. So when you're ready, let's get started. So beginning in any seated position that works for you and your body, and then when you feel comfortable, we're closing the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. We're going to begin with alternate nostril breathing, but we're not going to be using our hands just yet. So first of all, just imagine breathing in and out of the left nostril. And then switching, just breathing in and out of the right nostril. And then using our hands, we're now going to place the three middle fingers, so the forefinger, middle finger, ring finger together in between the eyebrows, just gently placing them down. And then the thumb hovers over the right nostril, pinky finger hovers over left nostril. So we're using our right hand for this. Left hand could be facing up to the ceiling for more of the energizing breath work, or the palm could be facing down for more grounding. So you choose. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale through left as we close the right nostril. Close both nostrils, open the right nostril, breathe out through right. Breathe in through right. Close the right nostril, open left, breathe out through left. Breathe in through left. Close the left nostril, open the right nostril, breathe out through right. Breathe in through right. Close the right nostril, open the left nostril, breathe out through left. Again, breathe in through left. Close the left nostril, open the right nostril, breathe out through right. In through right. Close right, open left, breathe out through left. Release the hand down, bring the nasal breathing back to normal. Eyes remain closed. Slightly bring the head back in space. Becoming aware of any sensations, if there are any in the body. Bring hands to prayer, center of the chest, dip the chin towards the chest. And then time to choose your affirmation for the class. So your intention of why you've arrived on your mat today and how you want to feel. For example, I am revitalized, or I can do this, but something in the present tense that resonates with you. Then, soon as you have your intention, we're repeating it in our mind 3 times with integrity. When you're ready, next inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale to release the shoulders down. blink the eyelids open. Okay, guys, let's get moving now. So we're going to come to our child's pose. So bring the knees out wide and just place the strap and the blocks at the top of the mat for now as you extend the arms forwards. We're just going to take one breath in our child's. And then when you're ready, rounding as much as you can, lifting up to a rounded tabletop, and then shifting the hips forwards, coming into a version of our up dog cobra. So you might walk the knees in a little bit, but I don't want you to focus on sagging down here. So you're still remaining active. Push the ground away, pull the chest through. Then leading with the hips, thinking cute Beyonce bum, as we bring the hips back, keeping an arch in the spine, just like our up dog cobra, bringing the toes together, and then coming back to our child's. Let's keep repeating. So rounding forwards, rounding until the last possible moment, and then the hips drop down. We're in our back bend, maybe looking up, and then again leading with the hips, coming back to our child's. So I want you to follow your breath. We inhale to come forwards, exhale to come back. Twice more. Coming forwards and back. Last one, coming forwards and back. So this is similar to our cat-cow kind of movement. We're going to switch it up now. So before we were rounding to come forwards, now let's arch the spine to come forwards. So we have to keep the chest low, leading with the chest, the hips stick up, coming to our up dog. And then to round back, we begin to round in the lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine, coming back to our child's. Again, leading with the chest, we come forwards. And then again, rounding from the lower, mid, upper back to our child's. Let's see if we can do that 3 more times. So even if it feels a bit weird or a bit clunky at first, we're just trying out this new style of cat and cow, and our brain loves and thrives off variety, even though it might feel really hard at first. We're choosing to sometimes do these uncomfortable things for our long-term benefit, our long-term gain. Okay, we're going to finish in our child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Spread those fingers wide, press down into palms and finger pads. And then again, we're going to shift forwards into our up dog cobra. We're keeping the hips off the ground. Keep pushing the ground away, chest pulling through. We're just going to look over left shoulder and look over right shoulder. Twice more. Left. Maybe you're going to spin the hips a little bit. And right. Left. And right. One more time. Left. And right. Walk the hands back in, coming into a tabletop. And then we're going to walk hands towards knees, coming into a kneeling position. We're going to add some more cat and cow. So inhale, we're going to cactus the arms, pull the chest through. Exhale, we're going to reach forwards, rounding. So any variation of this, inhaling to open, exhale to round. And you might find that your spine is craving some more side bends, some more of a twisting movement. So you go ahead and you add on what feels good in your body today. As I always say, that this is your yoga practice and I'm just giving you suggestions. I'm just here to give you a guidance, but ultimately you know your body better than anybody else. So it's time to awaken the spine, awaken the body, and energize for the rest of the day ahead. We're going to spend 2 more breaths here. Just know that you're doing so well by turning up on your yoga mat today. For the last one, we're going to reach the arms behind and have the palms facing out. Open the chest. Exhale the biggest round you possibly can do. And then coming back to our kneeling position. Okay, so maybe you've tried this before, but we're just going to pendulum swing the arms. So start with the right arm coming forwards, left arm reaching back, and then keep switching. So simply swinging the arms. And I want you to move with control. So if I said stop, at any point you'll be able to stop the arms, just as if we were doing, what's that game, musical statues, when you were younger, if you played that. So maybe you're starting to speed it up now that you feel more comfortable. Spread the fingers wide so we remain active in all the arms. And we're going to go for 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms down, take some shoulder rolls. Good. And then we're going to take a mini camel. So bring the hands to prayer, center of the chest, thumbs towards the torso. So we're going to have thumbs right in the chest, pressing almost against the chest. And you could do this against a wall. So if you like to have your hips pressed against a wall and you've got that near you, really take that option. Just helps your mind with that feedback so you can move it in a better way. But if you haven't got the wall, then you're working with me. So tailbone faces towards the top of the mat. So we already get that tilt, that tuck of the pelvis. Shoulders go back and down. Maybe this is enough for you today. Maybe you're going to tuck toes. And then maybe chest lifts up towards the thumbs. Maybe eyes are going to go to ceiling. As we try a little back bend here, but keeping the hips forwards and the chest up. So we're not leaning back, we're remaining active. Let's take one more breath here, noticing how it feels and where your position is. And then maybe reaching right arm back and left arm back as we take one more breath. Inhale, exhale to come back up. Okay, we're going to repeat, but we're going to add on now. So if you're left-handed, you're going to take a side bend with the right arm reaching up and over. If you're right-handed, you're going to take a side bend with the left arm reaching up and over. Okay? So hopefully that's not too confusing. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to take my left arm up and over, bringing my right hand to the opposite lung. So if you're left-handed, you're reaching up with the right arm, left hand to the right lung. So not too much. And then I want you to take an inhale into the opposite lung, so the hand that's on the lung, and then breathe in more. Even more. Breathe out. Take your side bend a bit more. Okay, let's do that twice more. Inhale. Inhale some more. Even more. Even more. Exhale to side bend. Let's go one more time. Breathing in as much air as you possibly can. Last bit of air. Side bend. Come back to center, retry your camel with or without the wall. Hands to prayer to begin with, tuck the toes, the hips are coming forwards, we lift the chest up. Can you get a little bit more into that back bend? As we hold for 3, maybe reaching right hand back, for 2, left hand back, and 1, coming all the way back up and just noticing how that felt for you. So maybe there was a change, maybe there was no change, but you can add that to your toolbox if there was a change. We can always adjust it. So now in our camel, we're going to have a little bit of fun. If you need to pad out the knees, please do so. But let's see if we can bend into the right leg and grab the right foot with the right hand. You could grab the outside of the foot, the top of the foot, or the inside, so you choose. Take a breath here. See if you can bring the foot closer towards the bum. And gently release it back down. So we're going to go for left foot. So we don't really want to be on the knobbly part of the foot. We might need to adjust the kneecap to see where it feels good. Bending into the left knee, again grabbing the foot anywhere you like. Once you have that hold on the foot, remembering you can always use your strap to bring the foot then closer towards the hips. Keeping the tailbone facing forwards for 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Do you think you can do them both at the same time? Let's give it a go. So bending into the right knee, bending into the left knee. Let's see if we can hold both knees. If we drop them or fall, we can simply pick them back up. Wherever you are, we're holding for 3. If you're wobbling and falling like me, that's fine. 2. Woof. This is just playtime today. And 1. Release down. So I might have had them for a millisecond here or there. Okay, let's get moving now. So we want to come back to our kneeling position, but towards the back of the mat as we step the left foot forwards. If you know you like to use your blocks in your half splits, then this is the perfect time to grab them now. Again, just leaving the strap at the front of the mat. So we're in our low lunge and we're going to cactus the arms. Inhale, shift the hips forwards, bring knees over the toes. Exhale into our half splits, straighten that front leg, maybe you're walking the foot forwards. Okay, let's do that one more time. So low lunge, inhale. Exhale to our half splits, folding over the leg. Let's bring eyes to nose and see if we can get a little bit more into that fold. Coming back into our low lunge, we're now going to take our quad stretch. Grab the back foot, bend into that back knee. Again, bring the heel towards the hip, and then kick the foot away and use the hand to pull it back towards you. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the foot down, but tuck the toes. Right hand either comes down to thigh. You could bring a block with you to the back of the mat, or to the ankle. So we've got right hand back, left arm now reaches up to ceiling. Don't focus on leaning back, instead focus on a piece of string tied to your chest, pulling you up to ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Circle both arms down again one more time into our half splits. Straighten that front leg, take the fold. Maybe you're walking hands further forwards or taking a twist, hands to the left side, as we just stay for one more breath. And then again, framing that leg, bending into that front knee, going back to our kneeling position. Let's get that done on the other side. So, right foot steps forwards, we're in our low lunge. We're going to cactus the arms, shift that knee forwards. So we're going for a hip and ankle stretch, keeping the heel down if we can. Come back into our half splits, straightening that front leg. It doesn't matter if you're moving that foot for this one. One more time, forwards, cactus, open the chest, and coming back, half splits, folding over the leg. Nice. I like to give myself praise when I'm doing this because I think it just helps boost knowing that we're doing the right thing. Okay, going back to our low lunge, we're going for our quad stretch, so bending into that back knee, remembering the strap is always available for these. Maybe grabbing the top of the foot, bringing the heel to the bum for a stretch. Tailbone again still faces the top. That's how we find that length in that quad, that muscle in the front. When you're ready, kick the foot away, pull it back towards you. 3, 2, and 1. We gently release, tuck the toes. Maybe you're bringing a block with you. As the left arm comes back to thigh, ankle or block, right arm up to ceiling. Look up to that hand. Hips stay pressing forwards. Let's take one more breath here. And then we're circling both arms back down as we come to our half splits, with or without those blocks, folding over that front leg. Again, let's bring eyes to nose, either reaching arms forwards or twisting the hands, so bringing both hands to the right side. So we're taking a twist more in the torso, and you might feel that hamstring fire up a bit more. Let's take one more slow breath here. And then framing the leg again, bending into that knee and placing the right knee down. Let's move the blocks out of the way for the moment, and we're going to start flowing a little bit more now. So when you're ready, let's come into our downward facing dog. Hands come down, let's tuck the toes and take any movements in your down dog to warm up here. So maybe that's pedaling through the feet, dropping the hips side to side, maybe saying yes with the head, shaking the head no. So any movements that feel good as we come into this upside down V shape, thinking hips to the ceiling, but we're still pressing the ground away, so remaining active in the arms. And then from our downward dog, we're going to place the right foot into the center of the mat, left leg extends up to the ceiling, taking an inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring knee to chest and then step that left foot through. So maybe you're using your hands to get it there. Once the legs feel stable, inhale to reach the arms up to the ceiling, exhale to stay. Bring your hands into prayer in the center of the chest, and I want you to think, okay, how do my hips feel here? Am I sticking my bum out? And if that feels fine, then go for it. But maybe we're starting to face the tailbone towards the top of the mat, and the hips are facing forwards. Let's take one more breath here, and then we're going to lift up into our warrior 3. So, depending on how you feel today, you know your body, we're lifting that right leg all the way off the mat, and maybe it's coming up to hip height, or maybe it's going to stay toes down or somewhere in between those points. Wherever you are, you're flexing that foot. So if I was to take a picture of your back leg right now, all the muscles would be working hard. And you're thinking about if you had your favorite drink, whether that's a margarita, or maybe for me a kombucha at the moment, on your lower back. If you had a glass filled with your favorite drink, it would not spill on your lower back at all because your hips are nice and level. So that right kneecap is facing down. When you're ready, you're going to bend into that knee, bringing the heel towards the hip. Extend it back out, and then bring the torso up, bring right knee to chest, Okay. So that's the start of our sequence. We're going to step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. The hands come down. We're stepping back into a high plank. Knees up or down as we lower down all the way to the mat. Inhale into our back bend. I'm going for baby cobra today. Exhale to tuck the toes. Bring the hips back, downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing straight on the other side. So step the left foot in the middle, right leg extends up to sky. We step it through, bringing knee to chest, and then right foot taps down. Hands are down to begin with, we feel stable. And then we inhale the arms up to sky, coming into a high lunge. And again, let's get the legs ready, getting them feel strong. Nice bend in that front knee. Exhale, we bring hands to press, center of the chest. Are both the hip bones facing forwards? Are the shoulders relaxing down? Okay, we lift up again into our version of Warrior 3 today. Maybe that's one movement, or maybe we're taking a few steps to get there. Remembering that both legs are working as hard as each other in this pose. And we're keeping shoulders away from the ears, the hands are staying in prayer. We're bending into that left knee, bringing the heel to hip, extending it back out, knee to chest. So bring that left knee all the way up to the chest, embracing those wobbles. And then we're going to step all the way to the back of the mat. Hands come down, high plank. Again, working through our vinyasa, knees up, knees down. Option for these vinyasas to keep them in or skip them out, meeting me back in our downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. So we're going to add on from here now. So step right foot back in the middle of the mat, left leg extends to sky, inhale, look forwards, exhale, step that foot through, high lunge, arms come straight up. Bring hands to prayer, center of the chest, we're lifting up into our Warrior 3, so right leg lifts. We take our hamstring curl, bend into the knee, and then extend the leg again, knee to chest as we bring right knee up. Nice. Okay, let's move on from here. So we're going to now have shin parallel to the ground, and you have the option to grab your block, place it under where the right foot would be. Well, you don't have to use a block. We've got shin parallel to the ground, as I said before. We're going to bend into the knee and see if we can tap the shin to the block and lift it back up. Twice more. 2, and final 1. Coming back up, the right foot now goes anywhere onto the left leg as we come into our tree pose. So we're opening the hips as much as we can. And then we're going to keep our eyes on a point in front of us. And we're going to take our vestibular drill. So eyes stay still as we nod the head up and down. And if you do need to bring that right foot down, please do so. And then shake the head no. Good. Step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Place the block to the side. Hands come down. We step back and we work through our vinyasa. So shifting forwards, lowering down, lifting up, downward facing dog. Left foot steps in the center of the mat as right leg lifts up to ceiling. We step it through. High lunge, arms come up. Hands to prayer, center of the chest. We're getting moving now. Warrior 3, we're lifting up. Bending into that leg extended, the left leg. Heel to bum, we extend the leg again, knee to chest. Then we bring our block underneath where the left foot would be, shin parallel to the ground. We tap the shin down 3 times. 2, and 1. Coming back up, tree pose, sole of the foot anywhere on the leg. As we stomp the right foot down and we open the hips. Again, this time we're going to nod the head, eyes are going to stay still. Shake the head no. And then we're going to draw a diagonal line as if we're drawing a cross with the nose. The other diagonal line. Good. If we're falling all over the place, we're getting that vestibular system really working today. Left foot steps all the way back, moving the block, hands come down, and again, we work through our vinyasa. Knowing, again, this is always an option, so you can skip this out and meet me in downward dog. We're going to take 5 breaths now. So you could stay in your downward dog, or like me, you could bring the knees down, walk the hands forwards and come into a child's pose or another resting pose of your choice. Wherever you are, allow the breath to slow down. Let's take one more breath wherever you are. And then coming back to our downward facing dog, let's keep adding on to this sequence. So right foot in the middle of the mat, left leg extending up, step it through. Arms up, we're coming into our high lunge. Hands to prayer, center of the chest. We're lifting up into our warrior three. Embracing those wobbles. Bending into the knee as we bring heel to hip, extending the leg back out. Knee to chest. And then we're coming into our shin tap without the block this time. So bending into left knee. We've got the right shin parallel to the ground. And extending the leg. Okay, let's do this again. Bending down. And up one more time for our shin tap. And up. We're coming into our tree pose. We're going to have eyes still, or they can move with the head this time, as we take our vestibular system drill. So we're nodding the head. Shake the head no. Diagonal. Other diagonal. And head back to center. Bring the head back in space, and then we're going to take our half moon from here. So perhaps you're using a block with the left hand, or no block if you're going to bring the hand down to the ground. But when you're ready, we're extending the right leg back, left hand down, right arm up to ceiling. And maybe those vestibular drills helped, or maybe not today. But I usually try to go for left side first, because I know that most people are right-legged. So if we get left leg out of the way first, it's only going to get easier from here. Sorry if you're left-legged. So stay in your half moon. Now we're going to see if we can bend into that right leg and maybe grab the foot. If you've got the foot, can you kick the foot away and pull it back towards you? For 3, 2, and 1. Hold on to the foot. See if you can lift all the way up to standing in your quad stretch. Bring the left arm out to the side. Good. So I think you can see where we're going to go from here. Bring the right hand in the inside of the right foot and bring left hand to heart center. You can have it resting on the chest or in prayer hand. Begin to extend the right leg away behind you. Take one more breath here, keep torso up. So we're going to release the foot, step it all the way back, hands come down. Again, vinyasa, or skip it out completely. So you choose what you need today. And then when you're ready, let's go to the other side. So this time we step the left foot in the middle, right leg extends up to ceiling. We step it through. We come into a high lunge. You probably know this by now. Hands to prayer, center of the chest. We lift up into our warrior three. Bend into the left knee, heel to bum. Extend the leg. Come into knee to chest. Tree pose, bring the foot anywhere on the leg. Open those hips. Take your vestibular drills. So eyes stay still and move with the head as we nod. We shake the head no. We take our diagonal. Other diagonal. Good. Come back to center. And then we take our shin taps without the block. So bend into that right knee. The left shin parallel to the ground. We've got 3 times. 2. And 1. We're going to come into our half moon. So maybe right hand comes down to the ground, or you're going to grab your block now. Right hand down as left leg extends. We've got right hand underneath the shoulder as left arm reaches up to the sky. Flex into that left foot. We're simply taking one breath here. And I say simple, but it's not in these standing balances. And then maybe you're looking up to the hand. Maybe you're bending into that left knee and then grabbing that foot. So once you've got the foot and you feel stable here, begin to kick the foot into the hand. And of course, just like we were doing before, pull the hand back towards you. 3, 2, and 1. So this is where we now come light onto the right fingers and we lift the torso up into our quad stretch. For our little dancer pose, so we grab the inside of the foot and we begin to kick the foot away as we keep the torso up. Breathe here. Try not to hold that breath. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to step that left foot all the way to the back of the mat. We're coming back into our vinyasa. So hands come down, we shift forwards, lifting up, and coming back into our downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. And then we've got the final part of our flow before we chill out. So last bit of energy and effort. We've got to do this both sides, but don't worry, we're so nearly there and you've done pretty much all of it already. Okay, right foot center of the mat. Step the left foot through, high lunge. Hands to prayer, warrior three. Bend into the leg, re-straighten, knee to chest. We're going to go for our shin tap just once. We're going to bring the sole of the foot onto the leg, tree pose. We're not taking any vestibular drills now, just take one more breath in tree. Half moon, the left hand comes down, right hand up. And if you usually rely on a block, maybe you're going to try without now. Candy cane as we bend into that right leg. We extend the leg, still holding onto the foot. We come up to standing. See if we can hold onto the foot, even if we're using a wall. You've got this. Hand on the inside of the foot. Take your vestibular drills. Eyes stay still or move with the head. Nod the head. Shake the head. Add your diagonal. Other diagonal. And again, dancer pose. Kick the foot away. Keep the chest lifted. Maybe you can get even more into this now. And gently release the foot down. Grab your strap. So hopefully you're as organized as I am and you've made your loop at the end. Bringing that strap around the foot. And we're now going to bring the strap over the shoulder. So we're holding onto the strap with both hands, but the strap is going over right shoulder. Loop is around right foot. When you're ready, we're going to walk our hands up to the ceiling and along the back of the strap. So walking our hands towards the foot, elbows up. Keep lifting that foot up, kicking the foot away for 3, 2, you've got this, and 1. Gently release. We're going to place the strap down, step the right foot all the way back, vinyasa. Let's go, final time. We've done it on one side now, let's get it done on the other side. Left foot in the middle of the mat, right leg lifts up, step it through, high lunge. We're going to keep moving, hands to prayer. Warrior three, bend into the knee, extend the leg, knee to chest. We've got our shin tap, so level that shin, bend into right knee, re-straighten, tree pose. This is where we're recovering just for a breath or two. You've got this, we're so nearly there. Okay, half moon. The right hand is going to come down, extending the left leg, left arm up to ceiling, flex into that foot. Bend into that left knee, grabbing the foot. If you need to come up and do it and then come back down, you can. Kick the foot away once you've got hold of it. My tummy's rumbling, which is a good sign. When you're ready, lifting that torso up. Taking your dancer by bringing left hand inside the foot, begin to kick it away. 3, 2, 1, hold on to the foot, take your vestibular drill, nod the head, shake the head, diagonal, other diagonal. Take your dancer again, lift that foot up as high as you can. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the foot down. Grab your strap for our king dancer. You've got this. We're so nearly there. This is the last bit of energy and effort. Let's bring the strap over left shoulder as we've looped the strap around the left foot. We walk the hands back, elbows up to ceiling. Move the strap out of the way. And then begin to kick the foot away and up. Chest stays up. Walk the hands towards the foot. Kick, kick, kick. Look up to ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Gently release down. Step the left foot back. Our final vinyasa of the class if you're doing it today. Coming to meet in downward facing dog. Woo! You made it! Step the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Lizard lunge. Take a couple of rocks here forwards and back. And then we're going to take a pigeon. So bring the left knee behind left wrist. Walk the right foot back. Checking. Here's the right foot in line with the right hip. Option to stay upright here or bring forearms down. Maybe you're going to extend arms all the way to the top of the mat. So you choose. You can also bring a block underneath the left hip. But now we're trying to focus on the breath slowing down. Bring to mind your intention of the class. Noticing how you're feeling in this moment. And maybe you felt amazing. Maybe those endorphins are already bubbling through. Or maybe you feel frustrated that you didn't balance in the way you wanted, or you didn't achieve what you wanted. Knowing that these are always challenges and our body feels so different from day to day. So you achieved what your body could do today, and you moved it and you motivated yourself to come onto your yoga mat today, and that is a huge achievement in itself. So if the hands are extended or forearms are down, let's walk the hands back in. We're going to take a bend into that back knee. So you might want to place a strap around the foot or reach for the foot with the hand. And we're going to take a little quad stretch here, just gently pulling the foot back towards you, keeping the hips facing forwards. Take 2 breaths here. And gently releasing the foot down, hands come down. Moving the block if you've got one, and stepping back into our downward facing dog. Other side, right foot on the right side of the mat, hands on the inside, just taking a couple of rocks in our lizard lunge today. And then coming to our pigeon, where we bring the shin down, right knee behind the right wrist, and then left foot walks away. So the shin doesn't need to be parallel to the top of the mat. You can also bring that block again under the hip, and you can lower forearms down, maybe extending the arms or keeping the hands down. So you choose today. I'm going for the forearm option. And as the breath begins to slow down, we can take gratitude for our bodies and all that they do for us. As we work different systems in our body today, so not only were we moving around, but we've got our vestibular system working. We were breathing deeper into our lungs and finding awareness of the breath. And all these little things are actually add up to be huge things for our mind and our body, because we want systems to work well. Like our vestibular system is so important to us, and often we don't really think about it. But it basically keeps us upright because it learns where our head is in space, whether we're upside down or standing upright, and that is so important. Let's take one more breath here. And then walking those hands back in, if they're lower down, bend into that knee, grab the foot, and bring the heel back towards you again as the hips are facing forwards. Luckily for me, the sunshine is coming out today. Take one more breath. Release the foot down. If you've got any blocks, move them out of the way for the moment. Come to sit down behind. Bring knees up to ceiling, hands behind as you rock the knees side to side. So windscreen wiping the knees, but focusing on that inner knee touching down. Couple more times. And then drop the knees to the left. Focus on the right hip rolling forwards and back a couple of times. So just on the pelvis. Good. And then bringing the feet in slightly. So more of a 45 degree than a 90-90. Lift the hips up, keeping the left arm down. Right arm reaches up and over for a nice little side stretch. A kind of little back bend as the hips keep pressing forwards. Take another breath in. And out, the hips come down, circle right arm down. Let's switch the knees to the other side. So we come into our 90-90, the left hip rolling forwards and back. Noticing how that feels. Might feel nice and juicy now as we're warmed up. Hopefully you're warmed up as I am. And then we keep right hand down as we bring the feet into our 45 degrees. Lift the hips up, left arm extends up and over. Take a couple of breaths here. Enjoy this stretch. You might even come up onto fingertips, but keep pressing those hips forwards. And slowly lower those hips down. Bring the knees back to the middle again. Knees side to side. And we're going to come onto our backs. So now moving all the props out of the way, we're going to take a couple of postures before heading into our Shavasana, our sweet resting pose today. So first of all, hug the knees in when you get to your back. Take a sway, a rock, side to side. And then keep left knee into the chest, extend the right leg. Take your twist, guide the knee over to right side, opening the left arm, either into a capital T or cactus the arm, but keeping the left shoulder down. It doesn't matter if the knee isn't touching down. Breathe into the rib cage. And slowly coming back to center, other side. Extending left leg, right knee hugs in. Take the knee to the left side. I like to tuck the hip under as the right shoulder comes down, extending the arm or cactusing the arm. And slowly coming back to the middle, hugging both knees in. Taking a happy baby, grabbing the outside of the feet, soles of the feet up. Maybe rocking and swaying side to side, just like we did with our knees in. And when you feel ready, heading into your Shavasana. For me, that's lying down on my back, extending my arms and legs with as much space as I've got around me. Slightly tucking the chin and placing the head back down. Allowing my ankles to roll out, fingers to curl in. As my breath slows down, and I bring to mind those affirmations that I made at the start of the class. Knowing now that I can hold on to them for the rest of my day or my week. Or I can release them with my next exhale. And thinking in these moments when I've now motivated myself to do a whole yoga class, that instead of saying, well, I did it, it's done, easy, instead saying to yourself, I get to do this, I get to move my body, I get to use my vestibular system, I get to wobble, balance and fall, and have playtime there. And switching ourselves to this mindset means that we can find gratitude in the smaller things and appreciate the small things that add up to the overall big things in our lives. So just taking a few more breaths in your resting position. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. Sighing out of the mouth. Take the jaw side to side, forwards back. Wiggling fingers and toes, moving wrists and ankles. Take a full body stretch, reaching arms above the head, pointing the toes away. Take a breath in. Allow the ribs to flare up. Exhale, bring knees to chest. Hug the knees in, bring forehead up to knees. Hands on the back of the thighs as we rock and roll all the way up to a seated position of your choice again. With the eyes still closed, bring the hands to prayer, center of the chest. Pull the chest towards the thumbs. Have the chin level. Head back in space. We're going to take one more closing breath. Inhale through the nose. And a big sigh out through the mouth. Blink the eyelids open, bowing to one another as a sign of gratitude for each other, our yoga practice and our community as always. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you enjoyed the class using a bit of brain drills and our traditional yoga movements. If you like this class, then I teach this class every Wednesday UK time at 6 p.m. It's a 45-minute class, and what I usually do is add on. So I think, okay, on Monday night I teach 7 and 8 o'clock, I teach a weights class with yoga, and I teach a relaxing class, and I think, how can I build up to this class? So everything is built up on each other, but you can do it on its own or with the other classes. If you would like to join, or if you enjoyed this class, please let me know in the comments, or go check out my app, Balance Brain Body, book your class today, and I can't wait to see you on your mat again soon.